everyone. I thought I'd do a quick video about, I had some thoughts with regard to the Enneagram Type 2 and the sort of strength of the Type 2. I think with the 2s being helpers, they have this sort of resolve within them, and maybe it's their connection to 8, but they seem to bounce back rather easily and be able to handle a lot. As example, I know someone who's a Type 2 who she made a comment to me about how she thought, that nice guys were boring. And I told her, well, that's your emotional thinking talking, because that's not true. And I said, what you're saying is that nice guys don't make you work for your affection. That being a Type 2, you feel the need that you have to work for your affection, that you have to work and earn your love and affection by giving and doing. And that gives you a sense of validation. And she agreed with me. And I thought that was interesting, because with the heart types, they all sort of, 2s, 3s, and 4s, they all go external when it comes to their feelings of validation. It's only when they integrate, when, maybe they can look outside that. And I know in the case with the 4, it's why don't they recognize how different and unique I am? But when that 4 integrates to 1, they don't feel the need to constantly have that reassurance. So I do know for me as a Type 4, I do get irritated when people lump me in with other people. That has always bothered me, and it wasn't until I learned the Enneagram system that I was like, oh, that's really interesting why I feel that. And it's also interesting because I've noticed that during the pandemic, and this whole year has pretty much sucked, I think, not just for me, I think everyone feels that, but I realized that I'm not, even though I am technically a withdrawn type, I'm, 4s are part of the withdrawn triad, I'm not as withdrawn from as I thought. I mean, in other words, I found that I need people more than I thought, and I attribute that largely to perhaps my social subtype, where, like, I've noticed I'll be at work and I'll get what I need done, and then I'll go to certain individuals or people and I'll talk to them, and I'll go to the next, and it's just like needing to go and speak to other people. And I, when I'm at work and I work a later shift, and I work with, 2 withdrawn types as well, and I've noticed, I'm like, God, I feel really lonely, like, I wish I could have more people to talk to. And I never thought this before, and it's interesting because they always say, Type 4s or 5s, that we hate small talk. Like, that's sort of a cliche, like, I hate small talk. And yeah, there's truth to that, but I'm like, God, I'm finding I'm missing small talk. Like, I need a little bit of it, because the way the culture is set up now, people don't come close to each other. We all are in masks. We can't smile. I mean, if we smile, you're not going to see it. And there's not that opportunity to sort of interact like that. And I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. I mean, maybe after all this, I'll come away learning more about myself. But I am impressed with the Type 2. I've noticed Type 2s can be very strong types, being the helper. They take everything upon themselves, whereas me as the 4, I definitely don't feel that. I feel like I would rather people take care of me. I get really overworked and depressed, and like, a lot of my sadness comes at this time. It's Sunday night, gotta go to work on Monday, but I'm not totally despairing because I know holidays are coming up, so I got time off coming up. I got to work this week, and then I only work part of a week next week, and I have 5 days off then, and blah, blah, blah. So that sort of gives me something to look forward to. But, maybe I'm going to expand more on this about the two and their sort of, inner quiet kind of strength that sometimes, I've been gravitating towards, because being, during this pandemic, I have felt very close to the two. I've been more at 2 than at 1. But I like to think I'm gone to the high end of 2, in that I'm, seeking people out. How are you doing? What's going on with you? And chatting. And I've definitely noticed that a lot more than I did, previously. So I don't know, I won't make this video too long, just inside because it's dark outside, but I am revising actually right now an old short story manuscript I wrote finished in 2006. So this is like, almost 15 years ago. And I hate looking over old work. I have to clean up a lot of uhs and thes and ofs, and it's not as concise, it's not as, succinct as what I can write now, but nevertheless, it's what I did then. So I'm cleaning this up. Once that's done, I'm going to probably, I am going to put it on Amazon. Not probably, I will. And I'll talk more about that in a later video. But anyway, and then I'll gonna do another video soon about some other of my creative work, my writing, which I get a sort of split. People are like, can you talk about this related to the Enneagram? And then I have people who say, can you talk about this related to your writing? And I want to satisfy both, but I feel like if I do too much of one or the other, I disappoint them. So yeah, I guess that's all I have right now. Not a whole lot on my mind other than that point. I'm just gonna relax the rest of the night. Maybe I'll watch a movie, maybe not, just zone out, and that'll be it. So quick video, not much. Hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for listening.